Okay, so long story short, we moved the city front facing. Somebody didn't like it. I'll let you take a guess who. And we moved it back, sort of. Now let's show you what Sarah came up with.
Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back. And today I have a special guest. I have Brian or Mr. Bins and Bricks here because as you could see in the video before this, because I showed them all the clips of you moving everything while I videotaped you, so he's kind of my muscle. He's my muscle. We did a thing, okay? We did a thing. We moved the city. I told you I was going to move the city into a forward-facing, front-facing, perimeter-style city. So we did that. We changed up the mock area. So as you can see, we're building in a different area, and we have this lovely stuff. You saw Mr. Bins and Bricks carry down the lovely Millennium Falcon from its perch, and we're gonna have a whole Star Wars section back here. So just FYI, if you like Star Wars, he's gonna start adding more Star Wars to the channel. We just got 2 retired UCS sets on the marketplace, so we haven't showed those off yet. So we're gonna be doing more Star Wars, but back to the city because that's why we're here. So we did it. We moved it all around. We moved the tables, we moved all the modulars off the tables, and that was a lot of work. And then we tried to put them all back. And some things happened. So my goal was to create tiers in the city. But I didn't realize that one of the tiers, he realized it, you can see the look on his face, he realized it. Then one of the tiers would probably be about like 6 feet tall. And it wouldn't be able to be up against the wall anymore, right? Like I hoped to have it up against the wall, but our walls are slanted, so it wasn't gonna work. Therefore, my idea of hiding the wires from the cats wasn't gonna work, okay? So we're kind of moving buildings around and all, but it wasn't really going that well, and I was getting frustrated because I do that a lot. So I think he had a little bit of an I told you so moment in there, maybe just a tiny bit, and so I was talking to another Lego friend of mine, and, basically he was like, it's okay to move it back. It's okay to have tried it, but we realized that we were going to need to buy thousands of dollars worth of pieces, little tiny pieces, in order to make it really look like what I wanted it to look like. And in the end, I just don't think that is how we want to spend the money in the Lego City or on Legos. Obviously, any layout is going to require extra pieces. This just felt like we were talking about wall after tunnel, like 6 feet tall kinds of
custom staircases, canals, walkways.
And I know you guys all see that on Instagram. It's there, but I really want to build a city that is accessible, gives you ideas of how you could do a city. It costs money, but I think we were going to go over the top with this one, and it was just going to be way too much money that, if you're into sort of investing with Lego along the way, this wasn't going to be great for investment, whereas like adding the alternate builds is a good investment. So what did we do? We decided...
Did we put it back a little bit?
We decided we were going to put it back. And to be honest with you, I felt like a great sense of relief when we moved it back. I felt like, wow, you know, I guess I really like this layout, and maybe I took it for granted just because I thought I was getting bored with it, and I know I said those words, and there is still a lot of work to be done, and Brian always says that I never finish what I start, which I do because I run a successful business, so clearly I finish things, but in the Lego City, I never seem to finish an idea out. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this idea out. If we need to add another table, I don't know. The problem is I have way too many, I have way too many modulars for a city that is small. So I think I need to just maybe move modulars in and out.
You always want to be on to the next thing.
I know, I always want to, like, I always have ideas going in my head, but I need to learn how to finish something.
You know how to finish.
I know how to finish things.
You just got to stick with it sometimes.
Stick with it. I haven't been able to stick with, this is the longest I think I've stuck with a city layout, this last sort of foolish city layout with the canal in place. The canal has made it so that I really want to stick with it. Because I don't really like roads. I don't like cars, I like water. So I feel like the canal has made me stick with it, but we're almost done with it.
You were getting there.
Almost done with it, but I think I got scared. Like, if it's done, then what do I do? Because it's such a small area. I feel like that.
And I feel like you've already answered your question, where you have all these other alternate builds and all these other ideas that you can go and swap out and change around. And
Yeah, but then I was like, I don't want to swap out buildings. Is swapping out buildings all that interesting? I mean, do you just want to see a city where you swap out some buildings every now and then?
well, you just don't do one. You do a whole city block and make it a Hogwarts block, and then you make the Minecraft block.
Right. I mean, I feel like if you have tons of buildings in a small city, you know, you kind of get limited. And I think that's where I wanted to come up with this other idea of building up tiers so I could have, you know, masses of buildings. And I feel like as soon as I was almost finished with this city, I was like, where do I even go from here? Because it's going to be done. And even though I didn't finish it, I could see the finish line though. And I could see that once I added the water tiles and I added the Ninjago City Gardens, it was going to be done. And then what? You know, I was like, then what? So I felt like I was ready to jump ahead and look into the future of where the city was going. And I get it, I should finish this. So we're gonna go back and finish it.
So when you read a book, do you get like to the climax and you go, you know what, I don't want to know. I'm just gonna go on to the next book?
Kinda, sometimes I have. Or like if I don't know how a show is gonna end, like Downton Abbey, and I need to make sure everyone's gonna be okay.
You gotta Google.
I Google what ends up with the characters. So I guess in a way it's hard for me to finish no, I mean that's not finishing something.
So in the comments, let us know what you guys like the idea of. Should she keep the layout and change things out and add different, replace different sections?
Once I'm
to keep it
finished with
fresh?
it. Once I'm finished with it.
When she's finished with it?
Yeah, so we're gonna finish it. But that's it. What do you
Or
guys
she should
think?
come up with a whole new city idea.
Yeah, or do we? I mean, we don't have a ton of room to add another table. I guess we could. No. See, he doesn't want another table. We have this one table, so
We have 3 kitchen tables now, essentially.
well, I mean, we bought IKEA. Yeah, so IKEA tables. We bought the IKEA dining room table now, but you're going to be
it is
happier.
sturdy.
It is sturdy, and you're going to be
It's
way
heavy.
happier with it, for sure. I love it. I think it makes me happier as a Lego City builder. But we can't necessarily add another one of them. So, what do we do going forward? So the city isn't going to take forever to finish up. It's pretty much almost there. You're going to see it very soon. But we need to know, what do we do next? Yeah. So leave a comment. What do we do next? I need help. I need help moving forward so that
Sarah's asking for help. She doesn't want mine.
No, because he doesn't have any suggestions. He's like,
Not that she accepts them anyway.
I love you.
Nah, good thing.
All right, so leave us a comment and let's get on with the tour. So pretty easy to get the city back into the layout that it was in before. However, we did make a few changes to the table layout. So what I'm gonna do is take you around and show you where some of the changes have happened and how we're gonna move forward. So I don't consider this 100% failure, and if you don't try, you don't learn, and if you don't experience failure, you don't learn how to succeed. So there's like 101 sayings that go along with failure. So I don't find this a total fail. So it didn't quite work out what I had in my mind, but I'm guessing that you're going to experience that as well. So let's be real, let's share it. I think I actually took for granted how much I like this layout, because when I put it back, I felt a huge sense of relief. So I feel re-energized to go through and work on some of the things that hadn't gotten finished and take it from there. There's still a lot of work to do, and I don't have that much time in my week anyway. So let's take a walk around the city. Let's see where some of the changes happened, the small changes anyway, nothing crazy, and we'll go from there. Hey friends, so as you can see, we have a few changes taking place here, and one of the big ones is that we actually put the city back into an L-shaped type of layout. In the previous layout, this table would have been spun around. It would have been one long table, but I actually like the idea of the L shape. So it still has all of the same properties as the last city, just a slightly different bend in the table. So we still have the bridge and the canal, and we will put another bridge over in the back there, which will tie that in very nicely. We're still going to have a gigantic medieval spot right here and a very big Ninjago area down in the back, which will be completely surrounded by water. So I think that will look really fantastic. And then we put the buildings back pretty much in the same way that they were, although I did put the new boutique hotel here. I think it looks really nice looking out over the canal on either side with the art gallery. And then I put the Parisian next to it, so that one would also get to look out over the canal. I love to look out over water, so I was thinking about that when I was placing some of the buildings. What I would have loved to have done was actually stretch these blocks out a little bit more and put a modular in between on each end, but we tried one, and although it looked fine, there's a lot of empty space in the middle, which of course you could do little parks and such with, but it really pushed stuff down and would have pretty much eliminated most of the medieval area. So is that new table in the future? I don't know, because we have tons of modulars to add. So what we'll do for now is we'll switch in and out modulars just to create a different look in the city from time to time. When we have a new modular built from our alt builds list, we'll share it, we'll show it off, we'll put it in the city, that kind of thing. We changed up a few modulars as we went through just to kind of give a different look, and then I sort of thought about the modulars that I wanted out here on the front look. One of them being my mock apartment building / bike shop, because we actually do a lot with bikes in the city when we start detailing. And then I love the greengrocer, and I thought the bookshop would look really nice, because what we're gonna do actually is turn this all into a green area, which is represented by my Mills Plate green tree here. So what we will actually do is have this be maybe a changing bright colored area. We could do the 3-in-1 Ferris wheel for summer. We could add in a winter village in the winter. So it'll keep it a small area, but a changing area, which I think will be kind of a nice way to bring some differences to the city. So pretty much all the same though, otherwise with layout and roads, nothing super new. But I did bring down a calyx shelf from upstairs, and I thought, why not put some of my overflow buildings, my custom buildings over here, create a little bit of a city street. I do need to make one more of my little Mills sidewalk pieces there, and it fits and looks really nice. And we can put out all the figs and create some movement here. And then as we finish up this section in here, we'll see if it looks like it connects or not. Otherwise, it can just be another addition to the city, because I have so many modulars. I hate to put them away or take them apart at this point, but at some point I may have to repurpose them. One of the things I do enjoy is the view down the roads here, seeing the hot air balloon and the donut, and then checking out the dolphin and the arcade. So it gives the illusion that the city is a lot bigger from this perspective. So guys, Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. The ability to move on and try something new is absolutely crucial. I'm sure you've all experienced that in your Lego City building. And yeah, so we're gonna move forward with this. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna finish it. There will not be any white table left. So stick around for that.